As an estate agency business owner, your time and effort is very valuable. It certainly is really easy to get spread out and focus on the wrong parts of the business, which ultimately don't have a positive effect. Lead generation is probably the most important part of any estate agency business. If you've got a lot of leads coming into your business, you've got a fantastic business model there and you can make the success of that. If you don't have any leads on the other side of that coin and you're the best kept secret in your town, you're going to really struggle to make your business a success. So in today's video, we're going to look at how to leverage your time in the most efficient way to generate the most possible leads off the back of that. My name is Chris Webb. I'm the owner of the Estate Agent Consultancy. I help estate agents throughout the UK grow, leverage, and expand their estate agencies and to ultimately make them more profitable. Okay, let's jump into the video. So to start off with, first I need to understand is that not all marketing is created equal. There are some things that convert better and some things that are going to convert worse within your estate agency business. Now, in an ideal world, we'd spend more time focusing on things that convert in a high ratio than things that convert on a worse ratio. So to put that into perspective, let's draw a funnel for our business. So on the top end, with probably the worst conversion in estate agency in the physical format, because probably social media would be above this, but step down from that would be leaflet marketing. So leaflets going out through the front door, it's an oldie, but it's also a classic for a very good reason. The sort of ratios you're looking at with this is about 1 in 1,000. So if you're looking to generate one market appraisal, in reality, you need to get 1,000 leaflets out through people's front doors. That's a lot of legwork. When you think the average person delivers about 100 leaflets per hour, roughly speaking, that's about 10 hours work to get one market appraisal. Not ideal, but very basic. If you delivered 1,000 leaflets, you would get a market appraisal ideally off the back of it. You might get more, might get slightly less. The conversion varies with regard to deployment. Next step from there, you look at something like a VIP letter. This is similar to a leaflet, but it's kind of like a level up from there. So it would go to a homeowner saying, I've got Mrs. Jones who wants to buy in your street. If you're considering selling, let us know. So it's a little bit extra on top of the normal leaflet, and therefore it converts a little bit better as well. So the ratio for this is something like 1 in 250. So we've dropped that down by 4 times very quickly, so that's nice. So instead of delivering 1,000 leaflets here, we just need to deliver 250 VIP letters. So that's good. A little bit more work on the upfront side of things, because we need to find a buyer who's looking in that area, but totally worthwhile in the grand scheme of things. Now, if we only go the next stage down from there, we might have a withdrawn letter. So studies show that about 30% of all people who come off the market look to try and sell again within the next 12 months. This can be a really good source of instructions for the future. Now, what I'm going to do is put a big G up here in the corner, and G is for general. And this is a general withdrawn letter. And what I mean by this is it just goes to a homeowner saying, you were on the market some time ago, do you want to give it a go now? The market has changed, you didn't sell last year, do you want to try it again this year? Conversion rate for something like that is probably about 1 in 200. So you have to send out quite a lot of those to get any traction off the back of that. Next stage from here would be another withdrawn letter. But this time, we've got an S in the corner. The S is for specific. So in this situation, we have a particular buyer. It could be the same person as the VIP letters for, Mrs. Jones, for example, who we've shown the details or the old details for the withdrawn properties. And they have said, yep, great, those 4 houses in that street that used to be on the market, if they were out for a one-off viewing, I would go and view those properties. So instead of a generic withdrawn letter, which just says you were on the market, do you want to give it a go back on the market again? We're now saying we have a specific buyer who potentially might be interested in viewing your property. Are you up for this? So the conversion rate on this is really good. The conversion rate shoots up something more like 1 in 20 to come back to you. So that's really good. More effort to start off with because you need to find the person to do it for. But on the flip side of the coin, the conversion rate is a lot better. And down the bottom, ultimately, everyone's favorite, door knocking. And that's probably a similar sort of ratio, 1 in 20, 1 in 10, that sort of direction. These conversions are fairly generic. You might be the best door knocker in the world, for example, and actually have a conversion ratio of like 1 in 10, for example, or you might be fantastic at withdrawals, and these might improve from there as well. So these are more of a guideline to start off with. You can also double these up, for example. So one thing we haven't included in here is just generic letters. We've got VIP letters, but actually we could just have generic letters on their own, which probably convert in a fairly similar sort of way. So if you were on the market, for example, after 10 weeks, 8 weeks, 12 weeks, 16 weeks, whatever it may be, you might receive a letter to say, you've just dropped down in price, or you've been on the market for a while, how's that going? And the conversion rate might be 1 in 250. But actually what we can do is link this up. So the better way of doing it is for them to receive a letter, and then a day or two later, ideally a day, they receive a knock on the door and you say, hello, I delivered you a letter yesterday, did you get it? What's your plans for the future? Where are you moving to? So we can double some of these marketing materials up to make them even more effective. So this is important because we're going to deploy this in a moment to show how we would deploy this in our local area. And obviously what we effectively want to do is aim to be as low down this as we possibly can. Sometimes it's not applicable, but certainly it will be for the example we're going through, and it will be in most instances. So remember that leaflets are 1 to 1,000, VIP letters and letters are about 1 in 250, withdrawn letters about 1 in 200, withdrawn specific about 1 in 20, and door knocking about 1 in 20 as well. So let's talk about how we can actively deploy these within the area we cover. So let me just draw a very basic map. There we go. This will all make sense in a second, I promise. There we go. So these are roads going down the middle. So it's a very basic view of some street maps. Good. So we might have a road, for example, where we have there's people on the market in the road. There's people withdrawn from the market in that street as well. But outside of that, there's no other kind of touch point that we've had before with them. So in that situation, let's say we start off down here. All these people are just going to receive a generic leaflet in that street. Cool, that's good, that's okay. Again, 1 in 1,000 conversion, so not the best, but it's okay. We then walk down this street, and great, we get to this property here, and they're on the market. Excellent, fantastic. We'll knock on their front door, have a conversation with them. Might go well, might not go well, but at least we can get their contact details before we move on. Rest of the street, might go down here. These guys might all receive a leaflet again because nothing's happened with them. We go down here, and this person used to be on the market, so therefore they get a withdrawn letter through their front door before we go off and we leaflet drop the rest of the street. So effectively what we're looking to achieve is that I could knock on any door within this corner of this bit of road here, and effectively the worst case scenario, someone would say, yes, I had a leaflet from Chris Webb Estate Agents. Best case scenario, they've had a knock on the front door or they've had a withdrawn letter to the front door as well. So let's take that one step further. Let's go to the next area down here. So for this area, we might have someone who wants to buy in this area. So obviously this is going to convert better than a generic leaflet. So this could kind of gazump the generic leaflet. So we would have a VIP letter, which went out all along this road until we get to this property, which is on the market. Surprise, surprise, they're going to get a knock on the front door. Right the way down here, this property used to be on the market, and actually we can do a specific withdrawn for that property because we've got someone looking in that street who's looked at the details already. So that's fine. So they've got a VIP letter for that entire street. Apart from the 2 properties, one's on the market, they will get a door knock, and on the withdrawn from the market, they will get a specific withdrawn letter because we've got someone specifically looking in their street. And just to finish off our map, we might just do a leaflet drop in this area up here, leaflet drop in the area here, and a door knock in this area over here. So effectively, what we're looking at here is completing the area. So as we started off with the area up here, I could knock on any of the doors within this area. And I could say, who is Chris Webb Estate Agencies? And everyone should have something from me. Now this is touch point number 1 for a lot of these houses. We have another video series all about marketing touch points. If you haven't watched that yet, I suggest you watch that. That will really help you out if you're looking to deploy this as well. So we have now completed that area. We can now move on to another area, back onto another area, then back round to this area. We'll be back in this area again in about 2 or 3 weeks' time to get another marketing touch point through to these homeowners as well. Excellent. Well, if you've enjoyed today's video, that's been absolutely brilliant. If you'd like to get a copy of the letters, which you can use to deploy in each of these territories, please go on our website, estateagentconsultancy.com, go on the contact us page, complete that, and we'll send you over the letters you can use to get this all sorted for yourself. Have a good day. See you soon. Bye-bye.